Hey everybody, Grest here. So I'm really excited to show y'all what I got in today from the folks over at Brownells. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Just got this in from Brownells. This is a pistol that had been on my radar for quite some time, and they happened to come in stock, so I went ahead and picked it up. This is, of course, from CZ, as you can see by the box here. So let me go ahead and open it up and show you what I got. So this is the CZ Shadow 2 Compact. So just so you can see that it's clear and safe, no ammunition in sight. Mag is clear, chamber is clear, all that fun stuff. So before we get started on this, also please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and check your notification bell icon down at the bottom. So I'm a pretty big fan of single action, double action pistols like the Beretta, my HK45, stuff like that. And I had wanted to get a CZ Shadow 2. I was like, I don't really want a full size. I want something maybe a little bit more svelte. And then they came out with the Shadow 2 Compact. And, you know, it's kind of funny, just a quick second talking about this, how we've kind of come a little full circle. So you notice a lot of the polymer framed firearms, they're now coming out with metal framed options quite often, actually. Even the P365 XL, you know, the whole purpose of polymer frame pistols was to, of course, save a bit on cost, but mostly weight. So now we're adding weight back to pistols. So I just thought that was kind of interesting how we've kind of come full circle with that. But anyways, I'm a fan of, like I said, single action, double action type of pistols. And, you know, the Shadow series from CZ is kind of their competition line. And they have the Shadow 2, and they have a bunch of different variances. And then they came out with the Shadow 2 Compact last year, and I was like, you know, I'd really like to pick one of those up. Full disclaimer, this is my very first CZ pistol. I have a CZ Scorpion I've owned for a long time, but as far as handgun, this would be the first one. This guy is optics cut, or optics ready. I do have an optics plate coming for it. You have to purchase those separately, unfortunately. It does come with a total of two 15-round mags. I would love to have seen 3 mags, especially for the cost of these pistols. However, 2 is better than 1, and 1 is better than none. So I'll take what they send, but 3 mags would have been nice. The good thing about CZ pistols, from my research, is that the PO1 mags will also work in this. Also, the regular larger Shadow 2 mags will work in here. And CZ magazines are relatively inexpensive when compared to some other type of mags like HK or SIG. They're more expensive than Glock, but generally speaking, they are a little bit cheaper than other manufacturers. All right, so first impressions on this thing, I will tell you that in my hand, the contours of the grip, the back strap checkering, and the front strap checkering here feels really, really good. And I really like these grip panels. Now, I know those can be swapped out. Maybe I'll swap them out at some point, but it just really fits my hand very, very nicely. It also has a bit of a raised magazine release right here. It does not look like it's ambidextrous. Not 100% sure on that. Maybe it is. Really nice features. I like the enlarged trigger guard here. It has some serrations on the front, so if you're going to grip in front of the trigger guard right there, it does have a Picatinny rail out on the front, so if you want to put lights, lasers, bayonets, all that fun stuff, you can put that out here as well. This guy is made in the Czech Republic. It's not made here in the US, so I guess they make them there and then they import them, of course. Here's the CZ USA import markings here. And as far as the sights, it has a blacked out rear sight, has a fiber optic front sight, and those might get swapped out. We'll kind of see on that. I would say for a if I plan on carrying this thing, I'm going to want something a little bit different than these particular sights. Probably a big dot front and a blacked out rear, or a subdued night sight rear. Again, it is optics cut, so I will be putting an optic on at some point. And you can see here that there is also an elevation adjustment on the rear sight. So I believe these sights are the same or similar as the full-size Shadow 2. Now, looking at the controls here, we have our slide release, and then back here, this, I really wish it was a decocker, but unfortunately, it is just a thumb safety. Now, one of the things that I'm not real crazy about with this thumb safety is that if you're going to carry this cocked and locked, this thing is really flush for my finger. I wish it was a little more extended, but other than that, I think the main way that folks would probably carry this is going to be with the hammer down in double action. So without a decocker though, that's a little bit more tricky to do, but in double action mode you have a very long trigger pull, and of course on your follow-up shots you're going to have a very short single action pull. And again, the decocker would be nice. There's been a little bit of controversy on this particular pistol not having a hammer block, hammer safety. So I don't know if that's really a huge deal. I've seen some tests where people try to see if they could cause a primer to get struck by this with the factory hammer and firing pin, and they were unsuccessful. So I don't know, take that for what it's worth. We'll see. Maybe I carry it some, maybe I don't. Some other things that I really noticed, and this is very reminiscent of the CZ75 series, is just how the frame is cut right here. It just gives a lot of room to kind of get in there the way you want. Really looking forward to getting this thing in the range. You guys are looking at this for the first time along with me. One of the other things about CZ pistols, they're known to be kind of flatter shooting. They have a very low bore axis. You can see how they have this kind of, the slide is kind of inside of the frame. The one disadvantage I've already found with this is that you have very little purchase on the slide to rack it or manipulate the slide because, you know, over here it is all frame. All right, so what else do you get in the box here? You get, looks like some Allen keys right here. You get your, looks like a cleaning brush. You get your silly lock deal. You get, looks like a patch rod for cleaning, and of course you got your manual here. So not really a whole lot. Pretty minimalistic in my opinion as far as what accessories this thing comes with. Styling on this pistol is also very nice. You have a very serrated top of your slide there. Just looks really nice. I like the cuts in the slide in the front and the rear, and just a really sexy looking pistol overall. So really looking forward to run this thing. Like I said, it fits very nicely in my hand. You know, for concealed carry, if I decide to go that route, it's probably Glock 19 size if I had to throw a pistol out there to compare it to size wise. But ergonomics are definitely there, and of course trigger wise, you know, every trigger is better than a Glock trigger. All right, so I do got a trigger pull gauge out, and let's go ahead and just see what this trigger pulls in double action as well as single action. My good old wheeler here, and this is always fun trying to do this on camera. Okay, so I'm getting definitely 8 pounds. Looks like I got some travel to go. So about 8 pounds on the double action. Let's see what the single action pull looks like here. Reset that guy. Okay, so it looks like a 3.5 pound single action pull. So really heavy on the double action, which is by design. You want your double action pull to be kind of on the heavy side. This is your safety at the end of the day, especially if you have a decocker, which we don't have. I will tell you that if I do decide to carry this, pretty much it's going to be double action, maybe half cocked with the safety on, because then you can't fire this thing. But we'll see. It's going to be a different, little bit different experience trying to carry this. So, comparing this to my Beretta with the Langdon Tactical, I will say that the trigger is definitely smoother on the Beretta, but this is a brand new pistol. It has no rounds through it, so I'm sure it's one of those things where it will smooth out over time. And of course, you know, maybe I can do some polish work on this thing as well. But anyways, that is the first look at the CZ Shadow 2 Compact. A really cool pistol. Looking forward to running this thing. Really happy to finally have one of these in my collection. Alright, so I appreciate everybody watching today's video on this CZ Shadow 2 Compact single action, double action pistol in 9mm. If you're looking for stuff like this, definitely go check out my friends over at Brownells. If you go to my website, use my affiliate link, the channel does get a little bit of a kickback from that, so much appreciated there. Let me know what y'all think about this thing down below. Love it, hate it, what type of optic do you think I should put on here? I kind of already have in mind what I'm going to use, but anyways, like to hear what y'all's thoughts are. If you have experience with the Shadow 2 or the Shadow 2 Compact for that matter, I'd definitely love to hear from you. Any other questions or comments, please put those down below. And as always, I appreciate everybody watching and subscribing, and I will catch you all in the next video. Y'all take it easy.